What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome, and I'm back today with the review for Real Housewives of Dallas Season 3, episode... Is this 3 or 4? Whichever one, it'll be in the description below. The name of the episode is The Badger of Beaver Creek. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so this episode, it basically picks up with where last week's ended, and that was with everybody in the room being introduced to the Redmonds and their new bouncing baby boy brewing. So, Brandy comes downstairs with her family, and, she's thanking Stephanie for everything that she's done, helping her get brewing and all that kind of stuff. And I think she said that she and Stephanie had one of their kids at the same time. I don't know which one it is. So it could be the two little ones. I'm not quite sure which one it is. And I love Stephanie and Brandy's friendship. They're goofy as fuck, but at the same time, they have each other's back. So I really do love that about Brandy and Stephanie. And, all the girls are shocked as crap. Leanne is shocked, Deandra is shocked, and the other one is shocked. I'm not going to say her name because she really annoyed the fuck out of me in this whole entire episode. Like, I could not stand her. Like, she got on my damn nerves. So, Brandy is talking to the other one and Leanne. And, Leanne and, I'm going to say her name, Cameron. But Leanne and Brandy, they step to the side and they have a conversation with each other. And Leanne is just still a little bit upset because of the things that Brandy said last year at the reunion about her. And when Andy asked, do Brandy think that she and Leanne could be friends again? And she said that she just didn't see it. Which, I mean, I get Leanne's point, but I also I get Brandy's side because Leanne has, and like I say, I like all the girls with the exception of Cameron. But Leanne has done some stuff over the seasons that I haven't agreed with, as has Brandy. So I get where Brandy came from last year, and like I said, I get where Leanne is coming from. So it's, I get it. And they both decide that at this point, it's easier for them just to put their differences aside with each other and try to move forward with each other. Because Leanne feels like, if Carrie can move on with me and try to work on something, I should be able to do the same with Brandy. And I do agree with that. Like, I'm not going to say just because Carrie is doing it, it's just, you should just want to do that to have a little bit of peace. Which I know with this group of girls in the Real Housewives franchise, none of this shit is going to last for very long because there's going to be a rift between somebody at some point in the season. So right now it's good while it's lasting. So, Leanne and Brandy decide that they're going to have a fresh start with each other. And, Cameron goes over there to where Leanne is and she asks Leanne how things went between her and Brandy. She tells her, things went good. So Cameron says, since the girls are all in a good space with each other, why not take a trip to Beaver Creek? And I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. Since you guys are in a good place, go out of town, have fun with each other. So, Deandra goes up to Brandy and tells Brandy congratulations and all that kind of stuff. And at this point, I don't know why Brandy felt the need to make it. This party was about her and her adoption. So I don't really know why Brandy felt the need to address the issues with Deandra at the party about, Deandra talking about her eyes being squinty and her being addicted to Adderall and all that kind of stuff. And then Brandy does let Deandra know that she does have a prescription to Adderall because she has ADHD and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, Brandy, why are you explaining this at this party? This party was about you and your son. And that's actually the reason why Brandy talked to Leanne because, this is a fresh start in her life. So if she feels like talking to Leanne and moving forward will also give her a fresh start. But when it came down to this conversation with Deandra, I just didn't understand why she was doing it at this time and place. And, she just, Deandra said that article, that podcast that she did was not about Brandy. It was about her experience. And then also how people here in Dallas are, addicted to Adderall. They say they take it for ADHD, but they take it for completely different reasons. But that's anywhere, not just Dallas. But, Brandy felt like Deandra was lying because Brandy said that Carrie told her what Deandra said. And then Carrie walks up to where Brandy and Deandra are. And, she's talking to them. But Brandy never once mentioned that, Carrie was the one, because she told Deandra that she had a very credible source that told her, but she never told Deandra who it was. And even when Carrie walked up there, she didn't tell her that it was Carrie who said it. So, Deandra and Carrie, they are outside, and, they're talking about, Deandra's talking about what happened between she and Brandy about the Adderall thing. And, Carrie says to Deandra, well, you did mention that to me. And she was like, so you told her? And Carrie was like, yeah. She was like, why did you tell her? And I get why Carrie told her. If this was something that would have been filmed, it's better to tell her ahead of time than her to find out later. So I got why Carrie did it, but I was also on Deandra's side just a little bit, because if you felt that I said something bad about Brandy, then you should have told me that, because Carrie says that Deandra did tell her that podcast was about Brandy. So this is a game of he said, well, not really he said, she said. It's just a game of hot potato, basically. And, Deandra is not so much upset with Carrie as she is with Brandy. And I was confused by that. Like, I get it. I get, and I'm gonna say, I get both sides of why Deandra feels the way she felt. I get that she said she felt like if Brandy had a big issue with this, she should have came to Deandra and told her, and I definitely 100% agree with that. But I don't know why she's not so upset with Carrie as well, because Carrie went back and told Brandy what you supposedly said. I would have been like, you know what, Carrie, and here's my thing on it. I would have preferred for Carrie, you're my friend and Brandy's friend. So if you feel like I said something bad about Brandy, put us together. Be like, Deandra, I didn't like when you said this, that Brandy was addicted to, Adderall, and give them the opportunity to have a dialogue with each other and put it out there and say, you know what, it came out wrong, or blah, or whatever. That's how it should have went, instead of Carrie. Excuse me. That's how it should have went, instead of Carrie going back and tell Brandy sitting on it and for God knows how long, and then now bringing it to Deandra. Okay, so Deandra, she had a solo scene by herself. She was the only one that really had a solo scene, I think. I know Leanne had that little small solo scene with Rich, but that wasn't really much. But Deandra had a scene where she was getting ready for her trip, and she was talking to her husband Jeremy, and she was telling Jeremy how with this trip, she's not really excited about going on the trip because of the issues that she has between her and Brandy right now. And I'm just like, I get it. You don't want to go on a trip with somebody and there's unresolved issues between them, but I'm not going to go on a trip and, if I got an issue with somebody and we on the same trip together, I'm like, shit, fuck you. I'm going to do me, you do you. We ain't got to meet. But since they are filming a reality show, they do have to, interact with each other. But shit, we can interact with the cameras, but once the cameras go down, we ain't got to have no kind of, confrontation, communication, anything with each other once we get there. So I really don't understand Deandra, the whole thing about feeling uneasy and all that kind of stuff. And again, she does bring up the fact that she wishes that Brandy had came to her, which I get that. But Carrie didn't make the situation any better for you. Carrie went and told Brandy what you supposedly said about her. So I don't get why Deandra is not more mad at Carrie than she is at Brandy. Like, I'm hella confused by that. All right, so now you have all the girls there getting ready for their trip to Beaver Falls. So Cameron sends all the girls PJs that she wants them to wear on her private jet that she's taken to get to Beaver Falls. And you have Stephanie and Brandy. They are FaceTiming each other. Brandy's trying to put baby Bruin to sleep. And, Stephanie is packing for Beaver Falls. And while she's in Beaver Falls, she's not going to be there very long because she is meeting her family in Italy for a vacation that they're having, which I actually remember that because I saw all this stuff on Twitter when they did it, when they were filming. I saw all this stuff on Twitter when they went to Beaver Falls, when they went to Beaver Falls, when they went to, when Stephanie went to Italy, because there's there's a one of Leanne's really good friends. I actually follow her on Twitter. Can't think of her name right now. Shit, I can't even think of her name right now. What is her name? It's driving me crazy that I can't think of the girl's name. Cynthia. That's her name. I think that's her name. Oh shit, whatever. Moving on. So, like I said, Stephanie and Brandy are FaceTiming with each other. And, they're talking about Stephanie going to Italy. And, Stephanie's asking Brandy, how did things go between she and Deandra? And, Brandy feels like when it came down to Deandra, she deflected and she wasn't really answering the questions. So she really felt like she didn't get anywhere with Deandra, which I actually agree with Brandy that she didn't get really anywhere with Deandra, because once Deandra did find out that Carrie was the one that said it, this is going back to Deandra when she said she was upset with Brandy and not so much Carrie. Now, what Deandra could have done in this situation, once she found out that Carrie was the one who told Brandy, she could have taken Carrie and it's like, Carrie, well, let's go talk to Brandy and have a conversation about this. But did they do that? No. So, all the girls, they are meeting at the airport. And again, like I said, Cameron bought them the PJs, pajamas, for them to wear on the private jet. So all the girls, with the exception of Deandra, has on the PJs. And the reason why Deandra didn't wear, because she felt like the stripes on the PJs was going to make her ass look fat. I'm like, shit, ain't nothing wrong with having a fat ass. Like, shit, men love a big round ass. I'm just saying. Nothing's wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a big ass, Deandra. Get over it, please. Because ain't nothing wrong with that shit. And, Cameron is in her feelings. And I'm like, oh my God, is she going to bitch about this the whole time? This was last minute. I had to monetize and all that kind of stuff. And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Cameron, shut the fuck up, please. Like, Cameron works on my fucking nerves. Like, she's so judgmental to me. Like, that's what it is about Cameron. She's judgmental as fuck. Okay, so the ladies finally land in Beaver Creek. They're gonna go to this liquor store called Beaver Liquors. And, you got Leanne, you got you got Leanne, Carrie, and Deandra. They're all in the car with each other. And Leanne is asking Deandra if she's having fun. And she says, what did Deandra say? Hopefully she'll have fun. And I'm like, why are you going to sit here and let Brandy hinder you having fun? Like, this is a trip that you didn't pay for one. And, you're away from your mama, you're away from your business and all that kind of stuff. Like, let your hair down, have fun. If Brandy wants to be on some bullshit, let Brandy be on her bullshit and be like, you know what, you stay over there and do you, I'm gonna stay over here and do me and have fun. And that's how it should be. Like, I really didn't get that. So, they asked her, has she talked to Brandy? And she was like, yeah. They were like, you talked to her since we've been here? And she's like, no, I haven't talked to her since, the last time I talked to her was the party. And, I'm like, okay. Like, I don't get why they're harping on this so hard, because it's really a minuscule topic. I mean, I get Brandy's thing. She doesn't want to be accused of being a drug addict. I get that. But, I'm going to leave it alone. Because like I said, I like all these girls, so I'm going to leave it alone and move forward. So, all the girls, they go to the liquor store and, they're all buying their respective alcohol and Stephanie and Brandy are buying a poster that they are going to use to be a prank on Cameron. And then, Leanne and Carrie, they saw a shirt about a gynecologist and all that kind of stuff. So it was all like really cute and funny and stuff. So, they get to the house. The thing with Brandy and Stephanie I love is that the fact that they are so childish and immature. But, that's the thing about Brandy and Stephanie that I love, is the immaturity of them. Because, inside of each and every one of us, I think we should have an inner kid. Just, when things get tough in life, we can just release that inner kid and have some fun instead of always being so serious and so, stuck up sometimes. So I love that fact about Brandy and Stephanie. So they do make it to the house. It's a nice ass house, beautiful house. It has a bowling alley. It has a elevator in it. Oh my God, it was beautiful. So once they get in there, Cameron tells Brandy and Stephanie that they will be rooming together because there's a full-size bed in that room, and then all the other girls have their own separate rooms. Like I said, the house was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you had Cameron, she was in the kitchen, I believe, with Deandra. And then you had Brandy and Stephanie, and they were trying to get up to Cameron's room so that they could put that poster in her room so that when she got in there, she would see it. So they finally do get up there, and Brandy writes some stuff on the poster, and they went and handed and hung it, taped it to okay. They went and taped it to her bed. So Cameron goes up there to her room, and I'm like, here she goes. She's gonna be a complete stick in the mud. She's not gonna find the humor in this at all. And she didn't. She went down there with Brandy and Stephanie were. But I was expecting her to flip out so hardcore like she did last year when Brandy had sexual chocolate and, she was flinging sexual chocolate around. But she didn't go off as like that. She kind of laughed it off, but it was still a point of, she was so serious and still had that stick up her ass and all that kind of stuff. So she goes up to the room where Deandra and Leanne are, and she's talking to Leanne and Deandra about it. And even Leanne said, that's a part of Brandy and Stephanie's humor. They just want to have fun with you and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, how does she not see that they're just having fun? Loosen up. Let your tits hang free. Have fun. Just have a little bit of fun. Stop being so serious all the time. So, not Deandra, but Leanne wants us, her to sit in the room with them and just meditate with them. So Deandra's there, and Deandra and Cameron are on the bed in the yoga pose, and Leanne has a little thing, and she's hitting the glass, and she's trying to get Cameron into it, but Cameron keeps laughing because she can't take it seriously, which I thought it was nope, not even gonna lie, did not think it was funny because it's Cameron, so I didn't think it was funny, but I thought it was funny the fact that Leanne was like, "Come on, Cam, be serious." That part was funny, but Cameron herself wasn't funny. All right, so we have dinner. Now, me personally, looking at that food, if I saw that food at the table and I didn't, I'd be like, you know what, bruh, I'm gonna starve myself because I'm not gonna eat this food. No offense to you, but I'm just not gonna eat this. Is there a McDonald's around here? Is there a Burger King around here? Is there something fast food around here? Where's the nearest grocery store so I can go buy me some food so I can cook myself something to eat? Because I'm sorry, I want to eat that shit. No offense, but I just want to eat that shit. It looked nasty to me. No offense to that cook, but it just did not look like something that I would eat. So, Cameron wants to show the girls that she can have fun, and she comes up with a game that is fun for the girls. So basically the way that the game works, one girl picks a card and she'll read the question out loud, and the girls will all answer the question. So, they're all drinking, and they basically want Leanne to join in with them. But Leanne is like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out because, whenever Leanne drinks, she always turns up to the umpteenth power. Like, she goes from 0 to 1,000 quick. So I'm with Leanne. Leanne, don't drink. Please don't. We don't want to see Psycho Leanne come out. So, like I said, the girls are playing a game where they have to pick a card, read the question, and everyone answers it. So, Cameron picks the first card, and the question was, if they could watch a video of themselves making love, would they do it? So, Carrie says yes. Brandy said no. Of course, Cameron says no. I think Leanne might have said she would have watched it, and Deandra said she would watch it just so she could, see what she could do better. And same was with Carrie. They just want to watch it to see what they did and what they could do. Actually, Deandra wants to see how her ass looks. That's what it was. Carrie wants to look to see, maybe I should do it from this angle, that angle, do this a little bit more, and all that kind of stuff. And, they talk about how, then they go into talking about Stephanie, how when, at her party that she had from Brandy, how she played Cameron, and she told Cameron that, she and her husband Fuck, what is his name? I don't know what's Stephanie's husband, and I just looked at their Twitter last week. Shit. But you know how Stephanie and her husband, they had a surrogate. And Cameron is in her feelings about that. The fact that Stephanie didn't tell her right at the minute that she figured out that Brandy was having a baby or had a baby or whatever. Cameron was in her feelings, and I'm like, and I was with Leanne, like, that's not Stephanie's thing to tell you. And it's not like Stephanie was holding back a secret that you were never going to find out. You were going to find out within 5 minutes. And she's like, well, it was an hour later. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Cameron. Like, oh my God. Like, why are you making it so much about you? Like, I don't think Brandy had any ill will in not telling anybody. I think Brandy was doing that to protect herself. Because when it comes to adoption, the birth mother always has the right to take her child back. So I think with this one, Brandy did not want to tell anybody to get her hopes up and lose her son. Like, she didn't want to tell anybody till it was signed, sealed, and delivered. So I get that, and I don't understand why Cameron wanted to make that shit all about herself. Like, really? Like, chill the fuck out. Like, oh my God. Like, that was Brandy's thing, not Stephanie's thing. Stephanie was honoring her friend. Like, what part of that are you not getting? Like, what the fuck? So then Carrie asked a question, you know, what reveals more about a person's sexual skill? How they dress, how they dance, or how they kiss? And then Brandy, you know, she's talking about kissing because she wants to kiss Cameron. I'm like, ew, why do you want to kiss that stick in the mud? And, you know, Brandy is trying to, you know, she's talking about how her lips are cute and all that kind of stuff. Basically trying to entice Cameron to kiss her. And, you know, Cam asks the question, what is the best way to get strangers' attention? Brandy says, to kiss me. And, you know, it was really cute, you know, the fact that Brandy just really wanted to kiss Cameron. Again, don't know why, but she did. And then, you know, Brandy says how she's only been with one person, and maybe Cameron can be number two. And I'm like, please don't make her number two. Don't make her number nothing. Make her number zero. Settle, you know. So, what is her name? Cameron's like, she thought it would probably be about 50. I'm like, why would you think that girl slept with 50 people? Just because she's open sexually with sexual chocolate and all that kind of stuff, that make you think she would be with 50 people? And she's like, no, I've only been with one person. My vagina is very clean. And, you know, so she goes over there where Cameron is sitting at, and, you know, she's talking to Cameron, you know, and then she kisses Cameron, which was kind of cute and kind of funny at the same time. So I will, you know, let that one go. Like, okay, I get it. It's cute. So then Deandra says, are we going to make up? And Brandon's like, you want to make out? And Deandra's like, no, I want to make up with you. And then, you know, Kira's like, yeah, make out to make up. And Deandra was like, you know, I don't think it's going to happen. And they were like, what? You two making out? She said, no, us making up. And then the last thing of the episode that really 100% pissed me off. So after dinner, you had Carrie and you got Brandy. They're in her room and they're in her hot tub. Carrie is topless and bottomless, nothing on. And I think Brandy had on a bra and panties. And then Cameron comes out there. She joins them in the hot tub, and so does Deandra. And then Leanne comes out there, but Leanne is like, you know what? I guess it was a long day for her. So Leanne decides that she's gonna go inside and go to bed. So the girls get out of the hot tub. They go back into the house, and, you know, they're all talking about how they're concerned about Leanne and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, Deandra said that she feels like what Leanne's thing is that she's skeptical about things when it comes to her and Carrie's new relationship, which I don't get that. Like, I guess she thinks that Carrie is going to be a fun police or something like that. And I'm like, Carrie's not the fun police. It's really Cameron that's the fun police. But, you know, if that's how Leanne feels, I can't knock how she feels. But, you know, Deandra is talking about Brandy and how her and Brandy's issues. And I don't know how Cameron figured that what Deandra was talking about was dealing with Brandy and her son, because she's like, you felt a certain type of way about her son too. And Deandra just looked at her And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just like, oh my God, like you bringing this shit up one more time. Like, shut up. Like, that is that girl's business. Leave it alone. She feels so. Basically, Cameron feels like, well, I'm friends with Brandy, and Brandy didn't tell me that she was adopting. And I'm like, it's not about you. It's about her and her son. Like, why are you making this all about you? And I love the fact that Carrie got pissed off and, Stephanie got pissed off. Like, I like the fact that they got mad about that because, again, this had absolutely nothing to do with you. So why are you getting in your feelings and getting butthurt about it? Like, it had nothing to do with you. Like, anything could have happened in this whole adoption process. Brandy could have, like I said, the birth mother could have said, I want my son. Give me my son back. And Brandy would be like, what the fuck? I've gone through this whole process and I don't have my baby? Like, Cameron, I don't get how you made this about you. And then for her to get mad at Stephanie because Stephanie said, let's not bash her for her adopting her son. And then, she's talking about, I never said that, I wasn't bashing her and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, Cameron, shut up. And she's talking about how she wants Stephanie to leave and all that kind of stuff. If I was Stephanie, I would have been like, gladly, bitch, I don't have to stay here. I can go somewhere else for the night. Like, what the fuck? But that was the Real Housewives of Dallas. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you later.